you're going to be competing with more people and you're going to be going after fewer goods. And that's for a few reasons. First off, there have been a number of supply chain bottlenecks where manufacturing of goods has been impeded. You also have some problems on the shipping side where containers have been in short supply.
Welcome back to the Midweek Exchange, the show where we break down those big economic issues and explain how they could impact your life. I'm Natalie Nanowski, and as always, I'm joined by Brett House, Scotiabank's VP and Deputy Chief Economist. Hi, Brett. Nice to see you today.
It's good to be back on with you, Natalie.
All right, so I want to talk to you about something we've spoken about quite a few times before, and that's shipping and manufacturing delays. Some industries right now are warning consumers that if they don't get started on their holiday shopping, they're not going to have their gifts in time for Christmas. Should people really be rushing out to the stores right now?
Well, I think people should really think about getting going on their shopping lists for a few reasons. On the supply side, there aren't just those shipping delays that you mentioned. There are also constraints on the manufacturing side, particularly in electronics, where computer chips have been hard to come by. And that means cars, computer devices, handheld devices are all going to be in shorter supply this year than we would normally expect. We've also had holdups at ports that have been closed down because of subsequent waves of the COVID-19 pandemic. And there's some labor shortages in areas both on the shipping side and on the manufacturing side. Accompanying this is a big increase in demand as people start spending down some of the savings they accumulated during the pandemic, and they're feeling more confident about the future as reopening continues onward. And so you're seeing a confluence of short supply, transportation bottlenecks, and increased demand, which means you are unlikely to get the deals that you may have seen in the past.
So people shouldn't wait for those big sales. They should start chipping away at their list right now.
I think they should. I don't think you're going to see big sales this year. There's a lot of pricing power that producers and retailers have behind them. And so there isn't much incentive for them to put door crashers on the way they have in the past.
Okay, and as we're going into that winter season, people are going to be using a lot more energy to heat their homes, and it looks like they're going to be paying more for that energy too. What is going on there?
Well, you've got a couple things happening. You've got high oil prices, which are being driven by increased demand as industrial production and economies keep reopening from the shutdowns from last year. And supply hasn't been lifted quickly enough to meet that demand. You've also got high natural gas prices, which is feeding into high energy prices for homes in two different ways. On one hand, those high prices mean that if you heat water or your house with a natural gas furnace or hot water heater, you're going to be paying higher rates. But even if you have electricity heating, you're going to be paying more because when solar, wind, and hydro and other fuel sources can't meet demand, almost all marginal increments of electricity production in North America come through natural gas production. And so natural gas prices are going to hit households even if they don't use natural gases to heat.
Wow, that is really something to look out for. And in terms of the coming week, what else should people be thinking about?
Well, inflation is on the minds of everyone in North America right now. We're all looking to see if price increases that we've experienced over the last few months are going to translate into higher prices going forward. So we're going to be continuing to look at price data in Canada and the US and economic activity data on the reopening to see whether those concerns are being brought to fruition in the weeks ahead.
Perfect. Thanks as always, Brett.
Great to speak with you.
Great to speak with you too, and we'll have more Midweek Exchange coming up on Wednesday.